Hi everybody, welcome to Entertainment Picks. I'm Andy Knode.
And I'm Gary Kiser.
We've got a very special show for you today because we're going to be taking a look at our brand new set.
And I like our brand new set. Plus, we're going to get a visit from funny man Alex DeCourville.
It makes me laugh just thinking about it. We also have an exclusive interview with one of the most popular people on Instagram today.
Wow. And my pick of the week.
And my pick of the week.
And that's all on Entertainment Picks.
Starts
right now.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That was so good.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Happy.
You look nice.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
What just happened?
Planning a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to Europe. It's a school trip.
Did you get your passport?
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
Mini toothpaste?
Mm-hmm.
Pack your suit.
I just want to go on my trip with my friends. Europe doesn't really need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You look really pretty.
Therefore, I have value.
No, that's not right.
I'm messing with you. You look pretty too.
I just want to spend some time with MJ. I think she really likes me, dude.
That reminds me when I first fell in love. I had just finished my film called.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
Awesome! You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do. Are you going to step up or not? You're all alone. Your friends are in trouble. What are you going to do about it?
You don't want any part of this.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
Right.
Well,
it should not be that hard.
no, it shouldn't. I told them when they built the new studio to have that part of the stage just a little closer to this part of the stage. But they had it all the way on the other side of the building.
Those people.
So what'd you think? The new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
Looks a little Pixar-ish to me.
Yeah, there's always
But
that.
I have not seen the movie, you know.
Right.
And of course, it's always the story. What is
Right.
the story? I'm a story guy.
Yeah.
And you could put it up. Well, look at some of the greatest movies made. Black and white.
Uh-huh.
2 cameras.
Yeah.
Very simple, no special
Right.
effects, but they're Academy Award winners because of the story,
But
right?
the key is just not getting, because I like a spectacle. I like to go see a lot of big stuff and things happening on the screen. But you're right, as long as the story calls for that. And there are times where that gets in the way. But I think, you know, the first Spider-Man movie with the Tom Holland Spider-Man was great. But I do have to say, it's very apropos that this is back here because I
Yeah.
was just thinking about this not too long ago.
That's the
is
original
that,
poster from 2002, by the way.
yeah, so we have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, 2002. It was great. And a lot of people...
I am Spider-Man.
A lot of people kind of rag on that movie. But I would challenge them that if it weren't for this movie, we wouldn't have the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. Because this is what set the tone for the movies that we're seeing today. But you know, prior to this, we had the Batman movies and the Tim Burton ones, which were darker and more gritty, and then we got into Yeah, and then we got
him.
into the Val Kilmer
He did the
era.
Danny DeVito Penguin one, right?
Yes, yeah,
I like that
I
one.
do too.
I like that one.
But it's what this movie is what took us from that to the brighter colors, more fantastical stories, more creative villains.
So what'd you think of it?
The trailer?
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
You haven't seen it yet. Is it out?
Okay, slow down. The trailer just came out today. Literally this morning.
Oh, I thought you
and
meant
I
the
grabbed
animated one.
No, this is Far From Home. That
Am I
is
not paying
Into the
attention?
Spider-Verse. Did you even watch the clip that just played?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the new Tom Holland one.
Yes, but I was thinking about...
So, there's a lot of Spider-Man. What we've established, there's a lot of Spider-Man that's going on.
There is. There's a lot of stuff going on.
The new trailer for the Tom Holland Spider-Man, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man,
Yeah.
great. I like it. I did see the Into the Spider-Verse, the animated
Okay,
one.
that's what I was...
That
we're
is
getting-
also really good.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah, I heard
there-
some guys at work. Well, this is work. Yeah, guys back there. They were talking. They were talking about it as well, and I go, boy, these guys are pretty critical.
Yeah.
You know, but they were talking favorably. These are guys that have comic book covers at their workstations.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Oh, well.
Right.
But that's you.
That's true.
That's you. It looks good for you.
Yeah.
You know.
But anyway, so the movie looks great. I'm excited to
I'll
see
watch
that.
it.
But yeah, it should be good.
I'll
But
watch
we are here in our new studio. We've been talking about this for quite some time. A couple of years we've been talking about relaunching, revamping the show. And it's been a challenge because we've had to keep up with the demand of the show. We've had to keep producing content. But we finally took a little bit of a break over the holidays. I hope all of you enjoyed our Christmas Carol rendition, but it got us out of the studio to give our crew a chance to put this together.
I have a question.
Okay.
Why must you sit higher than me?
Well, this is one of the changes that's happening. Is that we've been having
I know
a lot of our fans have been writing in and feel the injustice of putting you and I on the same plane.
Wow.
Yeah. So
well, there it is.
So we answered the call and we put me up a little bit higher. But this is the new format. This is the new style. We've got some great things that are on their way, but I just want to take a moment to recognize the art director and the technicians and the lighting crew,
Movers, the teamsters.
everybody that put together this set is really the set that we've been trying to get back to for 10 years. I mean, this is the look. So,
but also, you know, we paid our respects to Tim Coons, one of the original members of Entertainment Picks,
just a couple of years ago,
who passed away a couple of years ago. And now another one. Scott Claflin, funny man Scott Claflin, recently passed away.
Yeah, and
it really puts things in perspective. I don't mean to Debbie Downer, but
right.
Scott would have wanted us to be funny and fun and carry, because I know Scott very well.
Right.
He said, guys, make it happen.
Right.
You know, that's him.
And truly,
really
that was one of the catalysts to finally get us in the right headspace to move forward and keep going with what we've started doing. Because
now you're talking to the
camera. It is true that he was a fundamental member of the original Entertainment Picks crew 25 years ago now.
1993.
So, yeah, 26.
You want to show a little bit of Scott?
Yes.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, I think that we should pay a little tribute to Scott Claflin, one of the original members of Entertainment Picks.
Well, I'll tell you what. Suzanne, my girlfriend that works at Akron General Hospital, is a real hospital, says these are fake.
Well, Scott, they look kind of real to me. You might want to...
No. She works in sleep disorder. Obviously, you're not a doctor. You know nothing about sleep disorder. These are fake. My 10-year-old twin boys wish they could have been here today to wrestle you because I don't think there's any legitimacy to professional wrestling. And I really...
Oh, Doc. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott Claflin. Oh, thank you. Certainly
Interview's
appreciate
over.
It. Certainly appreciate it. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from the GLWA. This is Gary Kiser for Entertainment Picks. Scott, we'll be right with you. 911, Steph. 911. We're going back to Steph.
No, he I'm not laughing at that.
Seriously.
Scott, fun.
He was a funny guy.
There's a reason why Scott Claflin's funny man. Scott Claflin.
Yes.
All right. One of my favorite things is him getting beat up by the wrestlers.
Yeah, that was a great clip.
Does the GLWA even exist anymore?
No, I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Did they all retire?
I was going to say
with broken legs.
Yeah, there's probably and concussions.
Fun.
But in all seriousness,
fun stuff.
We can't thank you enough for your contributions to this show. And like I said, that hearing of his passing was one of the motivating factors that got us to refocus and say this show has a history and we need to continue it and we need to move it forward and continue doing what we do best.
We're not ready for the big announcements yet.
Not yet, but I just want to say, that we have some great things planned, and it has been something we've been talking about for a while, and we're changing the format. You'll see this show is a lot different than what we've been doing in the past, and that is very deliberate to lead into what we have coming up in the future.
What do we have coming up in the future on this show?
Well,
in particular.
Yeah, in particular, it is the winter time of year, and of course, after the holidays, one of the things that happens every year in Medina is the Ice Festival. That is a great celebration of the artistry of ice sculpting.
Why would we celebrate? Why would we celebrate them? I thought we were trying to defeat them.
No, that's ISIS. You're thinking of ISIS.
This different
ice,
thing. Different,
Ice Fest.
Different thing altogether.
Yeah, this is Ice Fest. Totally different. Okay. But anyway, we were
never gets old.
Yeah, it does.
Never gets old.
But we were able to go out there over the last couple of years for the Ice Festival, and this is coming up on February 15th through the 18th. So be sure to check out the Ice Fest. Let's take a look at that now. Mm-hmm. Hi, everybody. This is Andrew Knode. We're out here at the Medina Square for the annual Ice Carving Festival. I'm afraid not all ice sculptures get the fame and recognition as all the others. This one that once was a glorious sculpture is now just reduced to a pile of ice. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We had a great time out here at the Medina Ice Festival. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have a very special guest for you who needs no introduction. However, I'm going to give you one anyway. This is the man who is a writer, director, comedian, producer, and his latest show, Pinheads, has just been picked up for a second season. Please help me welcome Alex DeCourville. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us to the show. Yes, thank you. Excellent. Thank you for joining us. Wow, what a reception there. What a reception. You've got a lot of things that have been going on lately, but before we get into all that, did you have a good holiday? We're coming back after the new year. You have a good time off from all your busy works?
Yeah, it was a mostly good holiday, despite the fact that I was sick with stomach flu. Funny story, I actually got banished, so to speak, from my aunt's place because I was sick.
Yeah, you know, the stomach flu was going around. I was sick the day...
Not funny.
It is funny. I was sick the very day after Christmas.
Oh,
and it didn't last long, but it sounds like you got it much worse than I did. You've got a lot of great projects that are going on. Season 1 of Pinheads was a huge success.
Oh, yeah.
Had a lot of great feedback from that. So what can the fans expect from Season 2?
Well, we made some different changes. We added a new character, Raven, who's a bit of a love interest for Charlie. We have some big guest stars, like Kevin Brown from 30 Rock is guest starring in an episode.
Yes, excellent. Yes, Kevin Brown.
Yeah, he actually posted a screen cap of his appearance on the show.
Oh, wow. What is it like doing a show such as Pinheads, where you are writing, you're directing, you're in it? How do you balance all those different areas? And do you ever get confused of which job you're supposed to be doing?
Oh, I gotta say, it's not always easy. You know, sometimes, like, I remember Bruce Campbell wrote about this in his autobiography, If Chins Could Kill. He was talking about how he went from actor to director, and he was so perplexed by the idea of directing that sometimes that he actually forgot to yell cut because he was so unused to being behind the camera. And I gotta be honest, sometimes I do feel like I'm in that boat, and you know, it can also be tough because, like, you know, I like my cast and crew. I like working with them. I continue to work with them because I like them. And sometimes
we'll get the real
like,
scoop of how you feel about them once the camera's cut.
Right. And sometimes it's like, you know, you want to be these people's friends, but you also got to tell them, you know, time to get back to work.
Yeah, you got a job to complete. It's like here, when you saw that we were getting ready to start our taping, and we had crew just running all over the place and couldn't get my cappuccino right. And sometimes you just got to lay down the lumber, lay down the law, as it were, to get things done. So I heard that you did bring a clip with you for Pinheads. Do you have anything you want to say to set this clip up?
Yeah, this is a preview of Season 2, so you know what to expect.
Oh, excellent. Let's take a look.
I can't do this! What? Abandoned at the altar? Can today get any worse?
Well, I do have good news for you. I just saved a ton of money on my insurance with Safe Auto.
Bernie built a robot version of himself.
Yeah, okay, prove it.
Robots, drink, motor, oil.
I think Robo Bernie needs to do a little cleanup duty.
Well, it looks like a fantastic show. I can't wait to see that. Now, where can people find the show? Now, I heard that you were with YouTube and you've made a switch recently. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were on YouTube. I'm not going to take the episodes off YouTube, but we were recently picked up by Amazon Prime through a deal with SGL Films.
Oh, okay, excellent. When will it be available on Amazon, and how can people find it?
I am hoping that it will be available sooner rather than later. He said that the only thing he needs to do now, since he has the posters, since he has the trailer, is he needs to get the closed captioning. Now, this is a new process for me, but so I'm a little unfamiliar with how long that takes. As for the new episodes, we are close to wrapping those up. I finished everyone's ADR work.
So in the next few months, I would say, we can look for it in there. How can people find out this information? You have a website, or is there a Twitter or anything like that?
Oh, we have several things. I have a personal Twitter, Alex the D. Pinheads has its own Twitter, Pinheads fan page. It has a Facebook page.
So great. So we have lots of different ways that people, and I'm assuming once it becomes available on Amazon, that that'll be well known and put out there. But yes, as Gary mentioned, you do stand-up as well. So among all the other things that you have going on with the show and the different projects that you're working on, you've got an active stand-up career. So how has that been balancing that and getting trying to keep up with the bookings? Because I know stand-up is one of those things you really got to stay on top of to get the right gigs and that.
Yeah, I mean, it can be a little tough sometimes. I mean, like, for example, you know, bringing to your point, I was recently cast in a play called Once Upon a Sorceress. Okay. And our first read-through is tomorrow night, a Wednesday, and I've been really wanting to hit up the Funny Stop again, but you know, Funny Stop is on Wednesdays, and you know that clashes with my play.
Right. There's always that balance. So what gigs do you have coming up recently that people can check you out at?
Well, I always keep these posted on my Instagram and my personal pages so people can follow up, because you know, it changes all the time.
Sure.
But some upcoming ones, I'm doing the Winchester on the 30th.
Okay.
I'm doing a Youngstown gig on the 12th of February.
Excellent.
And I'm doing Bar Macy in Akron on the 17th.
Oh, that's incredible. Great places, great venues. Excellent. So, so lots of ways to check out Alex and see what he's doing. Everybody, be sure, if you haven't seen season 1 of Pinheads, be sure to check that out and get refreshed of what's to come in season 2. Very funny stuff. Excellent work, Alex. Appreciate you coming by to sit down and talk with us a little bit about what you have going on. And we'll be back after this. Thank you.
And my pick of the week is the Netflix and also the CBC television program comedy Schitt's Creek. It stars Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy's son Dan. And they co-produce this comedy about a rich family that loses everything except for the town that they bought years ago as a joke. And that's where Schitt's Creek gets interesting. It is on Netflix. And season 5 is coming up here shortly. If you have not caught it, you need to. That's my pick of the week.
And my pick of the week this week is a movie titled The Upside. I'm sure you've heard about it, but this movie has it all. It's got comedy, it's got heart, and it's got 2 of some of the best actors in this. Bryan Cranston, who we all know and love from his work on television and the movies, brings a gravity to his performance in this. And, of course, Kevin Hart, who is one of the funniest comedians that is out there. And you put these 2 together and you have kind of this odd couple sort of story, but it really comes together in a beautiful story in the end. So be sure to check out The Upside. And that's my pick of the week. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad to have you here for the show. And in our debut show of our new set and new focus of our episodes, we have a very special guest today. And this guest has been all the rage in all of the Instagram and Twitter out there, and we were lucky enough to snag him ourselves. We have the world record-breaking egg. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, you're welcome, Andrew. Glad to be here. Thanks.
You know, I would imagine that you have quite a busy schedule lately with all the attention that you've been getting lately.
Well, before the attention was primarily focused on breakfast, but not anymore. Things have really moved up for me.
So I have to ask, when you started, you're a little late to the Instagram game, but did you have any idea that by posting a selfie of yourself, that it would get so many likes as it did?
Well, Andrew, that's a very good point, but let me start off by saying this. I come from a family of 12, and we were separated early in life, and it's interesting that something as simple as just taking a Instagram photo of myself, which is problematic since I have neither arms or hands, so that was a chore, but I think that's a story for another time. But yeah, I'm reasonably surprised, sure.
So now it has been documented a lot of times when I was growing up that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. But it's been in recent news studies that they're saying the intermittent fasting is the way to go, and skipping breakfast entirely and just starting lunch as your first meal. How do you feel about that?
Well, Andrew, I would have to agree with those studies, those statistics, that I think that eggs for breakfast should be taken off of the menu altogether. You know, there's only me and Jerry, my brother. There's only 2 of the dozen left here, and you know, Mom and Dad, they don't care about us.
I mean, I would assume Mom and Dad have their own problems being a featured item in most KFC menus.
Yeah, sure they do.
But for you, I think that you're going to be all right for some time. I have here, just looked this morning, that your post is now up to over 40 million likes. I mean, how does it feel to dethrone Kylie Jenner as the most liked photo?
Well, Andrew, you know this. You know the popularity is a double-edged sword.
Sure.
And you've got a very popular program, and I don't give very many interviews. But I will say this, that, you know, it's pleasing, but then on the same note, I think, you know, there's some road rage videos that are challenging me as well. So, yeah, you have to put these things in perspective.
Sure. And I would imagine that people using your kind as ways of pranking others, both in egging houses, egging cars, that's got to be a tough thing to deal with.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wasn't laid yesterday, so I'm aware of the challenges that present themselves to a unhatched embryo.
Sure. Was that your focus when you started your Instagram account? Was it to bring more egg awareness?
No.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then, of course. You're being very modest, but you are hugely popular. Dare I say the most popular egg on the planet. So what's next? Are you getting contact by Spielberg or Michael Bay about movie deals? What is happening for you?
You know, it's a very delicate situation I'm in right now. I have to be carried around.
Sure.
Things are fragile. You have to be take caution against being dropped,
yes.
rolled. People, you know, everybody wants an interview, and you get confused with so many other eggs.
Yeah.
Sometimes people they don't see you.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what's next.
I wish you all the best. I mean, just sitting here watching you, I mean, you look delicious, if I dare say.
You've been. I had a nickel every time I heard that. You've been very kind, Andrew, and good luck with Entertainment Picks and your new set.
Oh, thank you.
I certainly
very
appreciate the opportunity to be here, and so long.
All right. Well, we'll have one of your handlers take you off to the kitchen or the break room. I mean the green room. I mean, we thank you very much for coming on the show.
The Medina Railroad and Toy Show, Sunday, February 3rd, 9 a.m., established in 1992, has enthralled children and grown-ups alike, short and tall, young and old, for close to 20 years. Just 45 minutes from Akron or Cleveland, thousands of enthusiasts have traveled to Medina for nostalgic, profitable, and entertainment purposes. The Medina Ice Festival, February 15th and 18th on Medina Square. Now in its 25th year, the festival, produced and run by Elegant Ice Creations, will showcase nearly 100 ice sculptures sponsored by local businesses on view throughout the 4-day festival. Party Bus Miss Saigon, Sunday, February 17th at 11:30 a.m. experience the acclaimed new production of the legendary musical Miss Saigon. From the creators of Les Miserables, this is the epic story of young Vietnamese women named Kim in a bar run by a notorious character called the Engineer. Kim meets an American GI. That encounter will change their lives forever. Hop on the bus at Bueller's River Styx at 11:30 a.m. and enjoy a catered box lunch, flowing wine, homemade cookies, chocolates, a trivia quiz, and more.
Oh. Hello, welcome. And that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all of our guests, Alex DeCourville and the world-breaking egg. We've got...
delicious.
Yes, it was very delicious. We've got a great show coming up for you next week, so be sure to tune in. And of course, thank you to my co-host, Gary Kiser.
You're welcome, Andrew. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And we will see you next week on Entertainment Picks.